Welcome back.
Thanks, man. Let's get into character, by the way.
All right.
All right.
What you got for me?
You got that one?
Oh, yes.
By the way, do you know why they created astrology?
No, I don't.
So economics would look like an exact science. Damn, it's freaking.
Well, you know, they say economists have correctly predicted the last 9 out of 5 recessions. Okay, so that was lame. All right, we apologize. Our next featured speaker is always one of our most favorite parts of the sales rally. In fact, he's appeared at nearly every Supreme Lending sales rally, and this year is going to be his most fascinating and informative talk yet.
I guess I can't be.
He's known as he's known as the Bowtie Economist, and besides being a fashion trendsetter, dude. He's an economist, a public speaker specializing in making the details of economics fun, relevant, and educational.
Please put your hands together for Dr. Elliot Eisenberg. Woo! There he is. There he is. Sorry, man.
Nice, nice. This is awesome. Economics is dancing. I love it. So, hey, look, things are good. They're not great, but they're good, and that's good enough for us. This notion of a recession is, we're thinking about it too much, we're thinking about it too early. Are we going to have one? Yeah, of course we're going to have one, but not now. And here's why. If you look at GDP, this is all goods and services produced in the U.S. You had this in some terrible high school class or college class, but you were taking too many drugs, you don't remember, right? So what's the story? C is household consumption. It's 68% of GDP. If it stays fine, we stay fine. If it falters, we probably end up in recession. So C's good, probably no recession. C's weak, probably a recession. I'll give you some pointers on how to keep track of this. C is going to weaken. So C has weakened and will weaken more. Why? Because job growth isn't going to be so good this year. We'll show some details on this. That's going to weaken C. I is already weak. Corporations aren't investing much in plant and equipment because they're nervous. The dollar's strong, exports are weak, globe is slowing, blah, 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 right? All these things. Europe's slowing and so on. No I. So I is weaker. G is government spending. It's also weaker because there's no tax cuts this year. There's no big spending increases this year. So G is weaker. And exports are weaker too because the dollar's stronger and trade and uncertainty and so on and global slowing. So the key thing is C. Focus in on C. C's good, we're good. C's weak, we probably go into recession. Now, the stock market's doing fine, so we're feeling pretty good about ourselves despite all the headwinds that we face, right? There's tons of headwinds out there. All these things I've talked about. We'll talk about some more of them. Energy's in recession. Manufacturing's in recession. Exports are doing weak, right? There's lots of problems out there, but the market's hanging up. That's pretty good. That's a nice feeling. Households are borrowing, and interestingly, households aren't borrowing an irrational amount of money. As a whole, households are in good shape. Total borrowing today is about $1 trillion higher than it was 12 years ago. That's 6-7%, right? But GDP is like 22-23% higher. So we're fine, thank you very much. Total mortgage debt in yellow is exactly the same today as it was 12 years ago. So there's clearly no mortgage bubble going on. Auto loans in green have up a little bit, but that's okay. The big problem here, obviously, is student loans in green, right? They've gone from nothing to gigantic, and they're delaying youngsters from buying houses. They rent, they don't get married, they don't have kids, they can't save for a down payment, and they rent. And this is the big problem our society faces. It's an unusually large problem. There's $1.6 trillion of student loan debt. It's not going to cause a recession. It's a chronic problem, not an acute problem. But nonetheless, it's slowing down economic growth and consumption and spending because you have all this payment you got to make to pay off your loan that you borrowed for 10, 15 years ago. So younger households are having a harder time of it. Older households that don't have the student debt are doing okay. So this is all altogether pretty good, unlike the last recession where households drove us into recession because they had no money because they overborrowed, right? Nah, now it'll be households not spending because they're nervous about what may come, and they'll voluntarily pull back and cause a recession. But we're okay for now. We're okay, right? That's the stock market. Oh, we went there. Stock market's good. This is, this is consumer confidence. It's fine. It really is. It went down. It went up in December. Government closure, stock market decline, went down, went back up. We're good. Households are fine. They really are. Small business, plenty good enough. Given the stresses that they're under, this is not bad. This is the top 20% in the history of this series, and the series doesn't end there, begin there, it begins in 1975. So they're relatively happy. Households are good. Small business is good. But yet, we're slowing. There's no question about it. Auto sales, it's weakening, right? It's not awful. It's not declining like it did there, or there, or there. Those were precipitous declines that were causing recession-inducing. Now it's just a little decline of 1% and 2% and 1%. Not going to cause us a recession either. But weakening, no question about it. This is recreational vehicle sales. You know, you need a car to have a job, right? An RV, you actually don't need a job to have an RV, ideally, right? Now, the RV thing is really interesting because who buys RVs? It's totally discretionary. You can't drive your RV to work, right? So you have to have space, you have to have time, and we're not buying RVs. Look, this is 17 in blue and 18 in gold. So 18 is better, 18 is better, 18 is better, 18 is better, and the door closes. And after April, with the exception of July, May, 17 is better, 17 is better, okay, 18, 17, 17, 17, 17, 17. Suddenly we pull back on the reins. We're not buying cars, we're not buying RVs. Now let's go ahead forward now and bring it through August of this year, latest data. Every single month this year, 18 was better than 17. And we know from May forward, 17 was better than 18. So we've had now several months in a row where 17, 18, 19. So we're not buying cars, we're not buying RVs. This is manufacturing, which is in recession too, along with energy and transportation and exports. There are large chunks of our economy that aren't doing great. But they're not enough to drive us in a recession, certainly not if C is strong. That's the most important thing to think about here. Home renovation, alteration, repair is not going to do particularly well because home prices aren't going up as much as they used to, right? They were going up 6-7% until recently. Now it's closer to 2 or 3%. So the kitchen reno and the bathroom renovation, a pool and adding a floor, and it's a little less appealing than it was. Not going to drive us in recession as long as C is good. Data came out today on the labor markets, and they remain very strong. They are rock solid, right?